What's up guys, it's Punchy, and it's time for us to discuss a new talent that kinda snuck in, becoming one of the craziest options for both defense and lockdown in all of Deepwoken. It's so weird, initially I thought that this talent was bugged, but apparently it's working as intended. Recently, a couple weeks ago, the club weapon class received 3 new talents in the Hammer Rage tree. Each of these additions complement club builds, but one in particular takes the stage and breaks everything, which I always love to see. Let's take a look at the talent Dispatch. Dispatch remains a common club talent requiring both 55 medium and the Bear Trap talent, exclusively working if you have a club weapon equipped. This reads, Bear Trap targets deal 20% less posture, Dazed targets deal 20% less posture too, and this can stack. So, what does this actually mean? Well, the effect is very straightforward and easy to see in action. For instance, a normal M1 does 100% of its posture damage and nothing has changed, this is full damage. But by simply bear trapping our opponent, that quickly drops to 80% of the initial posture damage with a sizable increase in, I guess, defense. Of course, you can also see the bonus resistance against dazed targets, but it's very noticeable if bear trap and daze inflicted targets hit you, reducing their posture damage by 40% instead of just 20. Right off the bat, this is extremely strong due to the nature of this debuff, because in this game, maintaining your posture bar is the deciding factor in a majority of fights. Here's where this talent gets a bit ridiculous. A lot of people were confused about how this talent worked at a first glance, but it's way more powerful than you'd expect. Let me explain. The talent Dispatch doesn't just work when you apply daze or bear trap with your weapon. This applies to any form of daze or any type of bear trap even without your weapon, applying that posture debuff through absolutely any means. Bear trap is a very consistent talent that disables enemy jumps and slows them down after hitting a normal crit. It's very powerful at lockdown and overall control over movement, and whenever you crit your opponent with a mace, you'll immediately activate bear trap and the innate daze from the club weapon class, reducing their posture by 40%. This is great, we get the full debuff effect off a single crit, but it's seriously just our starting point. Talents like Air Counter teleport players at lower positions to a jumping target, slapping them out of the air and applying the same bear trap status, and this will also reduce their posture output for the entire time, and yeah, it's super easy to activate Air Counter. Assuming you do this correctly, Air Counter has effectively no cooldown, and you can also just spam crits if you want to proc this status. Now, on the other hand, Daze is also extremely easy to activate, happening all the time in almost every situation. Although its dodge removal capability isn't what it used to be, we can simply reduce posture by popping Daze on our target with the Dispatch talent. With options like the Daze Band, knockback into objects, and even the concussive flash Flame Blind mantra, dazing a target is a simple and easy process that doesn't really require much thought. It just happens. A notorious daze option, Showstopper, is a shutdown talent that kills mobility and dazes players after dodging an M1 attack, and this is unavoidable. So, coming around full circle, dazing players, slapping them with bear trap, or doing both at the same time happens pretty consistently throughout fights, making Dispatch a godly talent for any mace player since we always have that powerful posture advantage. Without doing any extra work, this just debuffs players and makes it super unfair. Regardless if you like clubs or not, it's worth keeping track of in the grand scheme of things because this is heavily abusable. Anyway, that's all for right now, and I'll keep on hunting for crazy talents to mess around with. As always, make sure to like and subscribe because we're almost at 85k subs. Thanks again, it's Punchin' time.